You make that work and we'll be fine. How about that? This microphone is a work of art, a work in progress. How about it?
Well, this is what musicians have to put up with all the time.
All right, that's good. Wow. I can just tell you this. As somebody born and raised in this part of Wisconsin. If they had told me a year ago, or 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, that you would have hundreds of people out in this park in downtown Burlington on behalf of economic and social justice and Wisconsin values and ideals, I would have said, boy, I don't know. But here they are. Here they are in solidarity with a trade union movement that says this is our state. This is our state. And there is no town in Wisconsin that is not a part of this struggle. And I want to emphasize to you, I've heard this divide and conquer talk. And I understand that at this moment we are in a great political battle. I recognize that. But I want to emphasize, that's not who we are. We are not people who divide and conquer, and we are not people who fight with one another. Back when Gaylord Nelson, a progressive Democrat, served in the state Senate with Mel Laird, a conservative Republican, in those days there weren't enough Democrats in the state Senate to introduce a bill. And Mel Laird, the conservative Republican, came over and co-sponsored Gaylord's bills so that everybody's voice could be heard. That's a Wisconsin value. Democrats and Republicans working together for a real, honest debate. And you know, that's what we're fighting for, brothers and sisters. We are not fighting to triumph over somebody else. We are not fighting to put somebody down. We are fighting for conservative values because it is conservative to believe in your place and to believe that how we have done things is appropriate and that our politeness, our kindness to one another is a Wisconsin value that ought not be sacrificed on the altar of a new and ugly politics. We are the ones who are saying that cruelty and a violence of language, an attack on one another because you don't like the other side, we're saying that's not what politics ought to be about. Politics ought to be about a battle of ideas. Unfortunately, those who cannot win a battle of ideas go to Texas and Florida and raise tens of millions of dollars to try and shut us down. So we got so many microphones up here, I'm having a hard time figuring out which one's which. But can we just pull some of these down here? But if you can hear me, let me just say this. I was born in Racine, Wisconsin. I was raised in Union Grove, Wisconsin. I went to church at St. John's Episcopal Church in Burlington, Wisconsin. I learned my values in this place. And those values tell me that you do not need someone to come and tell you how to vote. You don't need me to come and say what you ought to do on June 5th. You also do not need me to tell you how important what you've already done is. But what I will tell you is this. What you are doing is vitally important to the rest of America and to the rest of the world. On Tuesday night in Egypt, there will be people who tune in to scratchy radios to hear what news out of Wisconsin. In India, they will turn on their television to find out what news from Wisconsin. You think I'm exaggerating? I am not. I was in Chicago the other day at a rally that nurses put together on behalf of fair taxation. And as that rally was finishing up, a guy ran up to me on the street and he pulled out a card. He said, "I've come here from Ireland. I'm a member of the trade union movement in Ireland. We're here to talk about all these fair taxation values and putting a tax on speculators and the big money people." He said, "But I want to talk to you. I don't know if you are a religious man." And I said, "Well, I went to church at St. John's in Burlington. Of course I am." He said, "Well, I want you to know this. Every night before I go to sleep, I go to the internet and I see what the latest news is out of Wisconsin. And I hope you don't mind me saying this, but after I've read the news before I go to sleep, I say a little prayer for those who are fighting in Wisconsin for economic and social justice."